His government requires $1.7 billion to complete the hospitals. President Mahama added that, with regards to healthcare, he would like to see what the cooperation is. We do have a problem with our hospitals. The previous government started huge projects in healthcare, building more than 100 hospitals, and somehow we are stuck because they spent a lot of money and not being able to operationalize any of them. And so, we are looking to see if we can have some cooperation with the private sector or any entrepreneurs that are into hospital management to finish those hospitals and manage them over a period of time in collaboration with the Ghana Health Service. The 5 envoys who presented their letters of credence to the president on Wednesday, March 12th, include Ms. Laura Ranalli, Ambassador of the Republic of Italy; Julio Enrique Pujol Torres, Ambassador of the Republic of Cuba; and Muzu Jatu Ruhul, Ambassador of the Republic of Liberia. Also present were Dr. Abdullah Muraid Suleiman Mohammed Al-Mandous, Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates, and Ali Gomshi, Ambassador of the Republic of Iran.
Minister mentioned the Ghana Labour Export Program, and that is going to set up centers of excellence in raising the skill of Ghanaian youth to international standards so that they can work anywhere in the world. And based on agreements we'll sign with different governments, we can send electricians, welders, engineers, civil engineers, masons, carpenters, people with a very high skill. We can send them out to go and work on fixed contracts and come back. We discussed it with the IMO when I was in Munich at the Munich Security Conference. We met the international IOM, International Office for Migration, and they are bringing some technical expertise to work with us in setting up that program. We want to stop young people, unskilled, trying to cross the Sahara, the Mediterranean to try and reach Europe. If they know there's a legal way in which they can go, have skills, go and work and be able to earn some money, come and invest back at home, I think that it will be a better means of doing that than what is happening currently. With regards to healthcare, would like to see what the cooperation is. We do have a problem with our hospital facilities. The previous government started huge projects in healthcare, building more than 100 hospitals, and somehow we're stuck because they spent a lot of money and not been able to operationalize any of them. And so we're looking to see if we can have some cooperation with the private sector or any entrepreneurs that are into hospital management to finish those hospitals and manage them over a period of time in collaboration with the Ghana Health Service. And so that's an area that is open to.
Still on the office of the President, John Dramani Mahama. President John Dramani Mahama has sworn in newly appointed deputy ministers, including John Dumelo, Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture, and Al-Hassan Suhuini, Deputy Minister of Roads and Highways. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the Jubilee House on Wednesday, March 12th, following their successful vetting and approval by Parliament. The new deputy ministers are expected to assist their respective sector ministers in implementing government policies and initiatives. President Mahama urged the appointees to serve with diligence and uphold the interests of the Ghanaian people. He emphasized the importance of teamwork and commitment to national development. John Dumelo and Al-Hassan Suhuini, along with the other deputy ministers, pledged to work diligently to support the government's agenda. The newly sworn-in deputy ministers include Justice Srimsai, Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General; Ernest Broja Jemfi, Deputy Minister for the Defense Ministry; Thomas Nyako Ampem, Deputy Minister for Finance; Alhassan Suwaini, Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways; John Dumelo, Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture; Dr. Clement Apak, Deputy Minister for Education; Samson Ahi, Deputy Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry; Ebenezer Oklete Talabi, Deputy Minister for the Interior; Richard Jan Mensah, Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition; Yusuf Sulemana, Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources; Yusuf Isaka Jaja, Deputy Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts.
For those of us elected by the good people of Ghana to lead them, the clock we hear is the ticking of the fast clock of the 4-year time frame given to us by the people of Ghana. The officers you'll be working with in the public services have security of tenure, and they hear a more relaxed clock, and that clock takes towards their retirement age of 60 years. They may therefore not be in as much a hurry as you. You must therefore work to encourage and incentivize them to work at the pace of your 4-year mandate that the people of Ghana have given to you. If you're able to do this, to let them see the urgency and the hurry in which this government is, we shall achieve success.
Still in the office of President John Dramani Mahama. President John Dramani Mahama has endorsed calls for a ceasefire in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, describing the 30-day initiative as a crucial step toward lasting peace. His remarks came during a credential ceremony at the presidency, where 5 newly accredited ambassadors to Ghana presented their letters. In a discussion with the ambassador of the Republic of Italy, Laura Ranalli, President Mahama expressed optimism that the ceasefire could create an opportunity for meaningful dialogue. Addressing the ambassador of the Republic of Italy, he stated that we are pleased to note President Volodymyr Zelensky's call for a 30-day ceasefire. We hope this will pave the way for dialogue to begin, and that the issue between Russia and Ukraine can be addressed during that period. He also underscored the devastating impact of the war, particularly on young people, stressing the need for an immediate resolution. A lot of young people have lost their lives, and it's time for this war to end. The only way for it to end is through ceasefire and the start of a dialogue. That's our position on the matter, he added.
We're happy to note the call for a ceasefire by President Zelensky, 30-day ceasefire. We hope that that will open the way for some kind of dialogue to continue to start, to see if the issue of Russia and Ukraine can be resolved. We think that, a lot of young people have died, and it's time for the war to stop, and it can only stop if there's a ceasefire and some kind of dialogue begins. And so that's our position when it comes to that. We have our own problems in our sub-region with the fight against terrorism. 3 of our neighbors in the Sahelian region are facing a very difficult struggle with terrorists, and we need to see how we can support them, because it's not their battle alone. Terrorism anywhere in the world is terrorism against all of us, against the whole world, not just the countries in which these terrorists are. And so would work with them to see how we can support them, because we are neighbors, we're in the same sub-region, and so we have a duty to be able to assist them, and also to try and see how we can build a good working relationship between the AES, which has become a reality, and our sub-regional body, the Economic Community of West African States. And so I think that Italy, our bilateral relations are good, and we want to move them to the next level.
Moving from the office of the president, the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Linda Akwele Oklo, in collaboration with the Tema Development Corporation, TDC, and the National Security, have abolished ongoing structures being set up at the Tema Ramsar site. The demolition is part of a broader initiative to safeguard the Ramsar site, which is an ecologically sensitive area. Some property owners at the Tema Ramsar site on Wednesday, March 12th, resisted the demolition exercise, despite government efforts to reclaim the encroached land. Authorities insist the exercise will continue to ensure the land is preserved for its intended purpose. Speaking to the media during the demolition exercise, the regional minister said encroachers have disregarded several cautions to stay away from the site. According to the minister, we have to protect the inner core of those left, so that is why we are here. We are doing this ahead of the rainy season. We are not going to compromise. We are not going to look at any human face. We have to do the job and protect the country. They've been here to caution the people severally, but if they were to take the advice, I don't think we will be here to demolish any fenced walls, she said. She urged developers to forward their grievances to the office of the Tema Development Corporation, TDC.
They are essential for supporting local communities that depend on them for fishing, farming, and tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the crucial importance of the Tema Sakumono Ramsar site, it is very unfortunate that it continues to face the threat of encroachment and illegal development. This threat not only endangers the delicate balance of the ecosystem, but also destroys the livelihoods of the countless people who depend on it. To be precise, encroachment on this core zone of the Tema Sakumono Ramsar site is illegal and unacceptable. The core zone located in the center of the Westland is where biodiversity is highest and where human activities must be kept to minimum and to maintain the areas of ecological integrity. Therefore, allowing construction or any form of development within this zone would have dire consequences, not only for the environment, but also for our communities in future generations. To end this, I want to assure you that the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council will intensify its efforts to safeguard this wetland. We will ensure that the relevant environmental regulations and existing laws are strictly enforced and complied with. I would further wish to use this opportunity to make a clear call on all well-meaning Ghanaians to act responsible, to respect the laws governing our wetlands and contribute to safeguarding the Tema Sakumono Ramsar site, the Densu Delta Ramsar site, and all other Ramsar sites for further generations. Let us protect what nature has graciously given us, and let us be proud custodians of our environment. Like the manager said, the CEO said, aside visiting the site, we are not going to just leave it just like that. We are going to have a task force in place, which will comprise the chairman, a TDC rep, a forestry commission rep, national security rep, regional planning officer, town and country planning rep, hydrological service rep, and all other stakeholders to make sure that this exercise is not going to be just a one.
Moving on to other stories. The Coalition of District Assembly Members, CODAM, has expressed gratitude to President John Mahama for responding to their plea and allocating funds to begin the payment of monthly allowances to them. During the presentation of the 2025 budget statement in Parliament on Tuesday, March 11th, Finance Minister Dr. Gaisela Toforsen announced that the government had allocated 100 million Ghana cedis for the payment of monthly allowances to assembly members across the country. Speaking to the media, the coalition president and dean of presiding members, Volta Regions Mawunyo Agbe, they extended their heartfelt appreciation to the government. The Coalition of District Assembly Members, CODAM, expresses its heartfelt gratitude to His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, and his government for their decisive action in fulfilling a key promise of the 2024 NDC manifesto. The coalition added, as clearly stated in the manifesto on page 10, paragraph 4, the commitment was made to ensure that all assembly members receive their rightful remuneration.